Alright, and riding that New River train, we're in the key of E, and I'm really only doing a few things here. I'm doing an alternating bass on the 6th string and the 4th string with the E chord. And then I'm throwing in a hammer on the 3rd string. So I'm actually kind of doing a modified bass note strum because I'm doing bass note strum, and then I'm kind of doing strum strum. So because what I'm kind of doing here is strumming the 4th and 3rd string, and then more of a strum. So your goal is to hit kind of just the 2 middle strings, but it isn't a big deal if you hit the 2nd or 3rd strings also. And then you're following through. So that's kind of that cool train kind of riff that we're throwing in there. To walk up to the A chord, I'm sometimes going 2nd and 4th fret on the E string. Those are notes out of the E major scale. Actually, I guess I'm jumping ahead, aren't I? To get from that E chord to the B7, I'm walking up on the 5th string, open string, 1st fret, walking into the 2nd finger, and I'm starting to build my B7 chord. So that's a really common move when you're moving to a B7 from several other chords. So open 5th string, 1st finger, then you put your 2nd finger down, start building your B7, and then the 1st finger only has to just move over to the 4th string. And those are on beats 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then the alternating bass pattern for the B7 chord is I'm moving my 2nd finger over to the 6th string. Okay? The rest of the fingers are staying where they're at, still holding the chord. Moving back to the E chord, I'm doing a measure of E and then a measure of E7. You just lift up your 3rd finger to get that E7 chord. And here, I'm noticing when I slow it down that it does sound a little weird to go on the E7 chord, to go from the 6th string strum to that 4th string. But I think that's partly the effect of slowing the song way down, because when you do it up to speed, it sounds okay. An alternate approach would be to shift your bass note pattern to 6th string, 5th string for the E chord and the E7 chord. That mutes the effect of the E7 chord a little bit. That's something that you could kind of make a choice about. So in other words, if you stick with a 6th string, 4th string bass note pattern, when you get to that E7 chord, you're really going to be accenting that D note. So, but up to speed, it does sound kind of cool. You go to the A chord. You go to the A chord. Walk up to the B7 again. That's about it. All very common moves in the key of E. You might have noticed once in a while I'm throwing a little extra strum in there. That's usually coming on the hammer-on part. Throwing an extra little quick down-up in there. One last thing we should talk about with New River Train is on the last verse, I'm muting the strings with the heel of my hand. So that's just resting this part of my hand on the lower strings, mostly the 6th and 5th strings. You still want those upper strings to ring out. You don't have to be pressing down real hard. It's not just the weight of my hand, so you don't want to be too loose, but just a little bit of pressure gives you that really cool sound in the bass strings. So that's always fun to add, especially in a train song. Other than that, I think that just about covers what I'm doing in New River Train. So I hope you have fun playing this one.